Hello, y'all. How are you? Welcome back to Irene's Ministry channel. So, this video is going to be about the demonic energy behind twerking. And what prompted me to think of this video is an evaluation of some videos and patterns. Remember, in life, when you recognize patterns, it may help you. So, I've seen some very disturbing videos. I mean, just what I would consider total loss of control. I mean just total loss of control. So, what I mean by total loss of control, first of all, I'll explain this or say this. I'm one of those people where I can be flexible in certain areas, but there's an extreme of how far something goes. And so, and when I say how far something goes, okay, I'll give you an example. I went to a funeral and it was several years ago. I went to a couple of funerals, but I'm going to specifically talk about this one funeral. And a mom lost her son, a woman that I love very much. Her son was shot and killed by his best friend. And the best friend was on drugs. He was on PCP or something like that. And you know how people, when they're on PCP, they're just out of their mind. They can look at a person and think they're seeing something else. You know, they're just hallucinating, whatever is going on. It was very wrong what the friend did, but this was this lady's son, best friend since they had been kids. So ultimately and unfortunately, her son passed away. I loved him very much. I had known him since he was a teenager. So at the funeral, the mom, after the funeral, y'all, okay, she was out in the parking lot and she started dancing, not twerking. Okay, let me point this out. She was dancing because his mom loved to dance, okay, but not twerking. So I just wanted to make sure that we were respecting her son. And, you know, I'm kind of a protector, but it was fine. I mean, I learned a lot from that. What I learned is, hey, better to be in a good mood than a bad mood, right? And I think the mom believed that her son would be going to a good resting place, heaven, going into the light. In Islam, they call heaven Jannah, whatever way you word it. So I saw that, okay? And the reason I'm explaining these circumstances is because I'm going to kind of give you ideas of what may be normal, what would be considered a boundary. Some people may just think it's totally crazy to be dancing in the parking lot or whatever. So I lost a relative this year or the end of last year. The funeral was the beginning of this year. And so I had a lot of energy. My relative, she liked to dance sometimes. I remember when she was a teenager and she was dancing and we would dance together in the house. We had fun times. So when I was in Texas at the funeral, when I got back to the motel, or I was staying in the motel, I danced. I was just trying to bring life to the place, okay? No twerking. And I even recorded it. I did a couple of Facebook Lives and things like that. Some of my Facebook users were uplifting me and things like that, you know. But like I said, I wasn't twerking or doing nothing obscene. I had on a long dress, fully covered and everything. Okay, so I'm telling these stories to say this. I want you to understand that I'm not overly extreme in religion and I understand life, and I believe in having a good time even in the worst situations. However, this situation is different. Twerking is becoming very demonic, and the devil is using it as a way to cause sinful behavior and out of hand behavior. So, Carlisha Hood in Chicago, in self defense, she killed a man named Jeremy Brown. Jeremy Brown was punching her in her head several times, and her son helped her. Carlisha Hood and her son ended up having to defend themselves. Jeremy Brown is an abuser. He's abused other women in the past, supposedly even has assaulted and hit his own mother. Okay, so not a good guy. And in this area, he wasn't a good guy. He doesn't seem like I believe he's has antisocial personality disorder. He's a sociopath. And I don't believe he was born that way. I believe living in Chicago probably had a lot to do with it, being in the hood. And the more and more people that come out that know him, they are pretty much pretty ratchet. I mean, just some low class, ratchet, don't seem like they got too much good in them. I mean, just, what some people may consider low value people by their behavior. So at the funeral, Jeremy Brown's baby mama, they called him the Knockout King. Now, I guess supposedly he had this nickname before, but I mean, think about it. They're bragging about him being the Knockout King. I mean, as far as I know, all I've seen him knock out is the woman that he was beating in the head like that with his fist. I mean, and he hit this woman, Carlisha Hood, pretty hard. I mean, he hit her hard. So unfortunately, he's deceased now, but fortunately, he won't be here to be beating on anybody else or potentially even killing someone. So at the funeral, Jeremy Brown's funeral, it seemed pretty ratchet. I mean, he knew a lot of other people that seemed to have antisocial personality also. So the baby mama of Jeremy Brown, she was twerking on his photo. You know how they have the picture of the person standing up. So this woman is bent over, twerking on this photo. She was twerking, and some other women were twerking in the parking lot. It was some other women behind their butts, patting their butts. It was just like basically like a freak show. I mean, they was doing more than what some people would actually do at a club. It was just straight up ratchet and hood. And they put Knockout King all on these t-shirts. So I noticed that, but then I had seen several other videos where there's women twerking on tables and in restaurants. They're twerking in the wrong environments. Like you at a classy restaurant and people just start getting up, dancing on tables. It is, I mean, it was horrible. So I've seen several videos, I mean, going back to even a year ago. So I thought of this because we always think about, well, a lot of people looking in their Bible for what's demonic and satanic. So this is what I want to get you to understand, okay? And don't think this is extreme. From a spiritual teaching point of view, I'm not saying if you don't want to twerk, if you want to twerk in your house with your husband and family for fun, it's a time and a place for it, right? The place ain't a restaurant. It ain't at a funeral twerking on this dead man's photo. I don't care if she is his baby mama. And she also had on like see-through sheer panties. I mean, it was just disgusting the way this woman was acting, just no class. And so Satan or the devil or Shaitan, whatever you want to call the devil, the evil one or whatever, is going to attach to certain behaviors and things. You know, the devil don't just attack people. It doesn't, the devil doesn't just attach to it, excuse me. The devil doesn't just attach to objects. Of course the devil attaches to people. So from a spiritual point of view, the spiritual world is validated. It's very much real. So men, if you see a woman twerking a lot and stuff like that, I know men be attracted to that type of stuff. However, it's becoming a form of like satanic behavior. Okay. So what you got to do is not sugarcoat it. So when you see something demonic like that, you got to first say, these are unbelievers. This is demonic behavior. And you might think this is extreme, but this will help prevent you from a lot of chaos in your life. And also this will protect you from people. Consider these type of people Satanists. Okay, when people are in gangs, claiming that they in gangs, they're twerking at funerals, consider that stuff a form of satanic worship. And the reason I want you to consider it that way is because we're in 2023. And this is no longer a game anymore. Everything is pretty much out in the open. I remember someone told me, this gentleman told me, he said, he knows that he's going to hell. And I'm like, well, why don't you do something to try to fix that? However, what I learned from that, this is someone I no longer have any communication with. However, he ain't the only one running around that knows he's entering hell. So this is the thing. Those women that were at that funeral of Jeremy Brown's twerking, writing the Knockout King, they're basically bragging about the evil that he does. That man was an evil man. He went to his death evil. He looks evil. He looks demonic. He looks like he has antisocial personality disorder. He looks like a very miserable, mean, unhappy, cruel, evil man. He went to his death doing something very evil. I mean, he exited out of this world beating on this woman in this hot dog and cheeseburger place or burger place in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago. So he basically has a demonic spirit. So these people at the funeral, these are people that know they going to hell, y'all. So when you see these women all out at inappropriate places, twerking, and they got their whole rear end up with see-through clothes, with their whole behind up, twerking on this dead man's picture. I mean, it was basically like she wanted him to come back from the grave and give her some more of that, you know what, y'all. She wants some more of that thing that he gave her. And not to be disrespectful on this channel, because it is called Irene's Ministry channel. However, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, it was very sexualized. And so that's a demonic spirit. She was his baby mama, not his wife. Okay? And I'm not even sure if they were still together. He was in the hot dog shop with a woman that was telling him to hit the lady and attack her in the first place. The woman that Jeremy Brown was with the day that he brutally assaulted this woman, Carlisha Hood, and was beating her in the head, he was in there with a woman that was encouraging him to do evil. And I'm not sure if that was the baby mama that was with him. I think it was another woman. I don't think that that was the baby mama. However, twerking is basically demonic. So don't just look at this stuff as a sin in the way that we used to. Look at it, like I said, as a form of satanic worship. So when you see people acting that extreme at funerals and stuff like that, you got to basically say, this person basically worships the devil. You got to look at these people the same way that you would look at some of the celebrities that's into satanic worship. They're doing rituals right in their videos. They're on stage. I mean, they ain't hiding it no more, y'all. People are not hiding the fact that they don't believe in no God, that they unbelievers, that they're following Satan very strongly. They're not hiding it no more. So that's what you got to consider it as. So you're going to see a lot of videos with a lot of twerking. And when you're watching it, it's proof that there is a hell. It is proof that hell exists. Because when I was watching this episode that they were having at this man Jeremy Brown's funeral, it was no different than watching a movie. Say Hollywood did a movie about demons. What's the name of that one movie? The Gremlins or something, or Freddy Krueger. Just think of any demonic, scary horror film, and you could compare it to this funeral. So it was just like I was watching like some kind of demonic demon show. I mean, as I'm watching how they acting at this funeral, animals act better. I could go watch a video of lions in the jungle in Africa and have a better taste in my mouth, or have more respect. I'll have more respect for the way the lions are behaving than these women at this funeral of Jeremy Brown's. So twerking is demonic, and you're going to see a bunch of it. So that's where Satan has been able to manipulate, because that dance is a different dance. Okay, twerking is a different dance. And Satan just has taken full control of it. And the people that's just twerking wherever they are, and it's just going that overboard with it, they basically are behaving just like Satanists. So for men, to protect yourself, just be careful. I know everyone sometimes like some kind of attraction towards them, or they're attracted towards these people. But I'm telling you, twerking is demonic, especially when it's done in that particular situation or situations. Okay, say it was a baby shower and somebody got up at the baby shower and just started twerking. Y'all got to put a stop to it, because the twerking is demonic. You don't want that spirit to transfer onto the baby, because that is a powerful demon that's on these women and men that's twerking. I've been watching some videos on TikTok where a lot of the gay men are twerking. So there's a male homosexuality linked to it too. And I think actually not just male, but female too. I suspect the vibe I got from Jeremy Brown's funeral, where those women were petting the women's butt, and sticking it up and all of that with the twerking, those women may be bisexual too. And I'm not saying in this case, just because somebody's bisexual, that they possessed or they are satanic. I'm specifically talking about this twerking. So with this demonic twerking, a lot will also be involved in it. Homosexuality, bisexual behavior. That was the energy I got. I mean, Jeremy Brown's baby mama, she seems like she's bisexual. I don't think that's a straight woman. Yes, she got kids with Jeremy Brown. However, she's not straight. I mean, that woman's a freak, basically. I mean, she's a freak, and she just wanted Jeremy Brown to jump off that stand or picture at his funeral and give her some more of it. And I don't see why she would even have the attraction. He died beating up a woman. Maybe he had never hit her. I doubt it. But she's glorifying the behavior. She didn't mind being beat up if he hit her. I think she even said something to the effect, well, you know, y'all ninjas knock y'all out too, or something like that. So there's an indication that he might have hit her too. I mean, he hit his own mama and beat up his mama. So if he'll beat up his mama, he'll beat up the stranger, which is Carlisha Hood, that was in the hot dog and burger shop in Chicago. Then he'll hit his baby mama, and he's assaulted other women. That came out. So he's an abuser. He's a demonic abuser. He's evil. He's a sociopath. And he had a lot of other minions, and he had a big demonic influence. And at the end of the day, those are Satanists. You got to view Jeremy Brown, the people that was engaging or indulging in that behavior at his funeral. Now, I'm not going to say everybody that was there is an unbeliever or bad. I'm talking about the scene I saw with the demonic twerking. So this will be an area that y'all need to watch out for. So if you giving somebody a ride, say you got a coworker and you giving them a ride, and they just start twerking in your car, just be aware that they got a demon on them. Okay? Because that is an area where the devil is in full-blown attack. After seeing that, I'm scared to even shake my booty. Okay? And outside of just exercising, you might want to be careful twerking in general. You might want to find another way to get that exercise in, you know. So remember, in the beginning of the video, I explained a couple of circumstances where I even danced at the motel because my relative died. And I even said on the video, I'm doing this because she loved to dance too. She just absolutely loved to dance in her teen years. So I'm explaining where it's normal. And also the other situation with the mom that was dancing in the parking lot. However, she was not twerking. However, check this out, y'all. Her son didn't get killed abusing anybody. You see the difference? So I think that it would be very appropriate, considering the way Jeremy Brown died, brutally assaulting this lady, Carlisha Hood, and hitting her in her head 3 times. I think due to the way he died, there should be no happy dancing. They should bury him, say some kind words about him, and be more humble. It should have been more of a quiet, humble spirit. Because of the way he died victimizing somebody. So there's no knockout king. There's no joy in that. Because he died beating someone up or trying to knock somebody out, which is a woman, even his nickname, even if that was his nickname before, the knockout king from the hood that he lived in, it should not be presented in his funeral because he died knocking an innocent woman out or beating this woman and she had done nothing to him. You see the difference? Versus in the beginning circumstance, I was saying this woman's son that I love very much, and this lady, her son was victimized. So I can see more of a dancing because her son may enter heaven. He didn't die on bad terms. He died being victimized because his crazy friend that was on PCP shot him and killed him. You see the difference? So it's a big difference in that. And like I said, this woman wasn't twerking, she just was doing her little cute dances. But it was after the funeral in the parking lot. And it wasn't a bunch of people doing it. It was just her that I remember. That's pretty much what I remember. I don't remember too many people dancing. It didn't look like a freak show. So the reason I'm explaining this situation is I want you to know I'm not an extremist. However, this situation at Jeremy Brown's funeral, this is extreme behavior. So when you see the extremism in it, it's satanic worship. These people are just like the gentleman that told me over the phone that he knows he's going to hell. He believes he's going to hell. So people that automatically think or believe that they're entering hell when they die anyway or entering into hellfire, those are just like Satanists. Those are just like satanic occult members. Those are some dangerous people. And the way the devil is attacking them is through the demonic twerking. I hope this makes sense. I love y'all so much. I hope you have a great day today. I don't celebrate holidays, y'all. This July 4th ain't no holiday for me. It's a day off. It's a day to do some cleaning. It's a day to maybe eat some good food. But this ain't no holiday to me. Independence Day from what? I am not into the holidays. I encourage you to be careful with holidays because it's paganism. And most American holidays come from some kind of bad stuff that happened in history, y'all. It just is what it is. So, anyway, I love y'all so much. I am on this exercise bike. So, I've been on this exercise bike almost 28 minutes. And just be careful. Recognize what's happening with twerking. And you're going to see a bunch of videos, y'all, about the twerking. You're just going to see it. And I want you to see it. And when you see that it's extreme and it's in the wrong place at the wrong time, I want you to remember this video, share this video. I'm going to start uploading. I am going to try to upload a video every 2 days or so, or maybe I may even try to do one once a day. I'm going to start uploading on this channel more often. Thank you for tuning in to Irene's Ministry channel, because if I upload more often, I will get more views, y'all, because I will go in the YouTube algorithm and I can get a few more subscribers. But this is my small channel, so I'm okay with the subscribers that I have. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So twerking is demonic. Be careful, y'all. If you got women and men around you doing it a lot, wrong places at the wrong time, Satan just has that whole twerking dance under attack. All he got to do is get you to twerk and act demonic, and he just goes from there. And Satan and Shaitan, the enemy, the evil one, God's opposition, is just coming in, and he's able to take souls. He's going to be taking a lot of souls through the twerking, y'all. Twerking is demonic. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment also. Bye.